I'm Dave, and this is Austin's Kamado Joe Masterclass.
So you've been taking care of your cast iron and carbon steel cookware the right way. You wash it after every use, dry it immediately, and put it away with a thin coat of oil. You've been treating it exactly right. And then one afternoon, something came up. Life interrupted the routine. Your piece got set aside, outside, then it rained. And when you came back, it looked like this. That is not surface rust. That is raised pitted rust, and it needs a completely different approach than anything you've done before. This is not a scrubbing problem. It's a mechanical removal problem first, followed by a chemical neutralization problem second. A lot of people reach for steel wool or a kitchen scraper and spend an hour or more fighting it. At this level of rust, that will not work. The rust has to come off with an abrasive tool before anything else happens. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to rescue heavily rusted cast iron or carbon steel, the mechanical step, the chemical treatment, and the full reseasoning process. Stick around to the end because I'm saving the chemical step for last. Most rust removal tutorials stop before it. That's why rust comes back faster than it should. Here's why this happens and why the fix has to be staged the way I'm going to show you. Cast iron and steel both form rust the same way, when iron in the metal reacts with oxygen and moisture. The polymerized oil layer you build through seasoning creates a barrier that blocks that reaction under normal conditions. But when a bare or lightly seasoned piece sits in standing water or in wet conditions for days, moisture overcomes that barrier and begins oxidizing the iron directly. The result is iron oxide, rust. And here's the part most people don't realize. Rust physically expands as it forms. That expansion is what causes it to raise above the surface and pit down deep into the metal. It is literally growing outward. You cannot polish that away. You cannot scrub it away. You have to remove it mechanically first. Then you neutralize what's left chemically and rebuild the seasoning from zero. I've used this exact process on two pieces. My Kamado Joe Karbon Steel griddle, which is what you're seeing in this video, and a Lodge 10-inch cast iron skillet that was in just as bad shape. The technique doesn't change based on the brand or the piece. Cast iron, carbon steel, griddle, skillet, Dutch oven. The chemistry is identical. Before you spend time on the wrong approach, let me show you what I tried. First, an Orbital sander with 220 grit sandpaper. That did not work. At 220 grit, you're polishing rust, not removing it. Useless on raised rust this severe. 150 grit? Better. You'll see some progress, but the iron oxide loads up the sandpaper in about 10 seconds, and you've burned through a disc with almost nothing to show for it. Here's what works. An angle grinder fitted with a flexible 80 grit sanding pad. Not a rigid disc, a flexible pad. The flexibility lets it conform to the surface and maintain consistent contact across the entire piece rather than just the high points. 80 grit is aggressive enough to cut through iron oxide quickly without destroying the pad. Work in sections and keep the grinder moving. For a flat piece like a griddle, that's very straightforward. For a cast iron skillet with curved walls, work the flat cooking surface first, then tilt the pad to address the sides. Your goal is simple. All rust-colored metal gone, the surface returned to bare, uniform metal. When you think you're done, take the piece into direct light and inspect it carefully. If there are any rust-colored areas remaining, go back over them. Now the chemical step. Mix white vinegar and water in a 50-50 ratio. Use a brush to paint that solution directly over all of the areas that you just ground down. Let it sit for a few minutes. Vinegar is a mild acid. Its job is to react with any residual iron oxide you couldn't reach mechanically and dissolve it. But leave it on too long and you're going to etch the metal itself. A few minutes is all it takes. Wipe the vinegar solution off completely with a wet towel. Do not let it dry on the surface. Now this is the step that most rust removal tutorials do not include, and it's the reason their rust comes back. Mix baking soda and water into a paste and paint it over the same areas. Baking soda is alkaline. Vinegar is acidic. The paste neutralizes any acid residue left on the metal and stops the reaction completely. If you skip this, Residual acid keeps working on the surface after you think you're done. That can cause more rust. I've used this exact approach on a large skillet and a carbon steel griddle. It worked well on both pieces. Next, wash the entire piece thoroughly with hot soapy water. Both sides of the griddle, the full interior and exterior on a skillet. You need to remove all traces of the vinegar, baking soda, and the iron oxide residue before you reseason. Rinse it completely. Next, dry the piece as completely as you can with a towel. Then put it directly on a low to medium heat source to drive out the remaining moisture. Cast iron and carbon steel will flash rust almost immediately if any moisture is present when you go to season. Make sure it's bone dry and warm to the touch before the next step. Apply a thin coat of high smoke point oil to the entire surface. I like to use grapeseed oil. Then wipe off as much of it as you possibly can. You want the thinnest coating you can apply, barely visible. Too much oil during seasoning does not polymerize correctly. It makes a sticky, uneven layer that doesn't protect the metal and doesn't cook well. Make it as thin as possible. For the griddle, I placed it inside the Kamado Joe at 400 degrees Fahrenheit in direct heat for 90 minutes. The griddle was just too big to fit in my oven. For the large skillet, I used the oven. Same temperature, same time. The oil polymerizes at sustained high heat and bonds to the metal surface. Let the piece cool completely before you handle it. The cooling process is part of the cure. Once it's fully cooled, wash off any carbon or soot residue. Dry it thoroughly on the heat source. Apply another thin coat of oil, wipe it all off, and bake it for another 90 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Repeat the process again for a total of 3 times. After the third time, wash off any carbon or soot residue, dry it thoroughly, and apply one final thin coat of grapeseed oil before putting it away. That final coat protects the fresh seasoning during storage and gives you a clean surface to cook on next time. The rust is gone, the bare metal is sealed, the seasoning layer is rebuilt from scratch. What looked like a total loss is back in full cooking condition. I've done this process on the carbon steel griddle you've been watching in this video and on a large 10-inch cast iron skillet. Same process, same result on both pieces. Whether you're restoring a cast iron skillet your grandmother left you or a carbon steel pan you use every week, mechanical removal, chemical neutralization, full reseason, in that order. I invite you to check out my Kamado Joe Owner's Handbook. This is a 100-plus page book that I've written that covers everything that you need to know about operating the Kamado Joe. It includes setup, seasoning, temperature control, troubleshooting, maintenance, and a lot of other pro tips and techniques. Leave a comment below and let me know what piece you're restoring and how bad the rust was when you found it. Hey, if you liked the video, let me know and please subscribe and hit the notification bell. I've got new videos at Austin's Kamado Joe Masterclass every week.